You ready? I've been ready. What are we waiting for?
You've seen the Grizz line jamming on the court and rocking out on Beale Street, and this is your chance to join the best drum line in the NBA. Grizz line entertains Grizz Nation at home games and events in the Mid-South through their impressive techniques and energetic shows. If you have experience in drumming and marching and love entertaining, Grizz line is the perfect opportunity for you to combine percussion and performance. Open auditions are Saturday, August 9th at FedEx Forum. Sign up today by visiting grizzlies.com/auditions.
Shinedown. Dance Kid Dance Tour. Live in Memphis. FedEx Forum Saturday, August 30th. With special guests, Bush and Morgan Wade. Get tickets now at livenation.com. Shinedown, live in concert. For more, visit shinedown.com.
Speaking of Adidas, are these the Harden 10s?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I guess so.
From what
You guys don't sound too excited. It kind of looks like when you flush the toilet in the water.
Yeah, it's like a whirlpool.
Like a
I
whirlpool.
want to be phone positive. Yeah. Want to be phone positive.
Or artists just making some paint up and they just
Looks like phone positive material.
Yeah, or a
Yeah,
thumbprint.
like-
The Sneak Fest Show, live Tuesdays at 2 p.m. on Grind City Media on X, YouTube, and the official Grind City Media mobile app.
Live from the Built Ford Tough studio at FedEx Forum, it's the Gary Parish Show, presented by Ortho South, on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Now, here's your host, Gary Parish.
All right, I'm here. My name is Gary Parrish. I'm speaking to you from the Built Ford Tough studio. We're in FedEx Forum, downtown Memphis. Bennett Doyle right there producing the program. Glad he's with me. Glad you're with me. Hope you're getting through the day best you can. And I hope you're ready for what could be, like in a best case scenario, perhaps the best season of Ja Morant's career, because DeMichael Cole had an interesting column on that this morning, commercialappeal.com, and explained why what could be Ja Morant's best season to date possibly be on tap. Some of it's got to do with roster configuration. We'll talk about it momentarily and touch on some other notable NBA notes from the past 24 hours. First, though, quickly, let me set today's schedule for you. When we finish this over, we're going to take a break, come back, do 5 more things you need to know, at which point we're going to discuss 5 previously undiscussed stories. Among them, the NCAA tournament will remain at 68 teams, at least through 2026. That was announced yesterday afternoon. I'll tell you more about it. We'll do it in about 25 minutes. The odds to win the FESJC are starting to settle. You know the favorite. That's Scottie Scheffler, big favorite. I'll tell you who has the second best odds. We'll do that in the next segment. Cleveland Browns have posted their first depth chart of the preseason. Shedeur Sanders is 4th at quarterback, 3 spots behind a 40-year-old. Interesting development. We'll discuss that in just a bit. The Jacksonville Jaguars also have posted their first depth chart of the preseason. Travis Hunter is listed as wide receiver 2 and cornerback 4. So, starting receiver, reserve defensive back. Interesting development. I'll get Bennett's thoughts on that a little later on in the show. And DeSoto Central High graduate Blaze Jordan should make his AutoZone Park debut with the Redbirds later on today. We'll spend a few minutes on that during a segment we call 5 more things you need to know. Then we'll eventually do GP's carryout and we'll call it a day. So that's the rundown. We got a lot to get to. But I did want to start in the NBA, where we got a couple of notable developments over the past 24 hours, plus an interesting story from DeMichael Cole at the Commercial Appeal. Let's begin there. DeMichael's latest story, it posted early today, 5:03 a.m. to be exact, headlined this way, quote, "Here are the pieces that can push Memphis Grizzlies star Ja Morant to his best season yet. The first three sentences, they read this way. Projections and predictions for NBA teams are starting to roll in as the busier days of the offseason conclude. And when the Memphis Grizzlies come up in conversations, there is a consistent theme, one centered on star guard Ja Morant. The consensus is the Grizzlies will go as far as Ja takes them. Again, that's from DeMichael Cole, commercialappeal.com. Big Bet Bennett, good to see you on this Tuesday morning. I got two questions for you.
Okay, what's up?
Question number one, will the Grizzlies go as far as Ja takes them? And question number two, how far can Ja take them?
Question one, of course. Yes.
Question one, of course.
They will go as far as Ja takes them. How far can Ja take the Grizzlies this upcoming season? I think if he's healthy all season and only misses, a handful of games here and there, I think that they're, in my mind, a solid playoff team. Maybe, I'll say without question a play-in team. How about that? I think they'll hover around. Last year, I think when we made our predictions before the season started, I think I said 6th in the West. I think they'll hover. If he's healthy all season and plays a ton of games, I think they'll hover around like 6, 7.
I feel you're backpedaling.
No, what do you mean?
Well, you started the conversation with solid playoff team, and then you were like,
I think that's
maybe a play-in.
Yeah, but if you're 7,
now I feel like the next thing you're going to say is like, I think they can finish in front of the Kings.
I know, but
I feel like you're backpedaling.
But all play-in teams aren't created equal. Like if you're 7, are you really like a play-in team? I mean, I guess you technically are.
Technically are, but you answered your own question.
But come on, right? Like if you're 7,
you say 7's different than 10.
7's way different than 10.
Bennett thinks 7's way different than 10.
I think they'll have around 6, 7. Yeah, if he plays all season and the team stays healthy, yes, I think that they'll be in.
Over our friends at FanDuel Sportsbook, they have posted odds to win the Western Conference this year. Do you know where do you think the Grizzlies slide in that?
I think that they this odds to win the Western Conference.
That's right. That's right.
I think that FanDuel probably has them at 9.
10.
Okay. Close. I was close.
Is that disrespectful? Do you find that disrespectful?
I don't find it disrespectful just because they're just looking at, what happened last year and just assuming, this team, obviously they traded Desmond Bane, but just they're assuming this team did not get any better. And my argument would be this team is better if they are healthy. They've dealt with health issues over the years.
Here's what I hear from you, Bennett Doyle. Sure, you can look at the roster and say a Grizzlies roster without Desmond Bane is not as good as a Grizzlies roster with Desmond Bane. Like, we love Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, we think. But, he's not Desmond Bane, right?
Yes.
The big bet here is on Cedric Coward, and he's a rookie who has barely played over the past year. And though we do expect big things from him, it seems perhaps unrealistic to expect him to, have a major impact right off the jump. So if the betting markets or anybody else is looking at the roster, of course, the roster without Desmond Bane heading into the year 2025-26 season is not as good as the roster would be.
Yeah, it's a casual glance. It's a casual glance.
This is what casuals do.
Yes.
What I hear from you, Bennett Doyle, non-casual, ball knower, is sure, the roster is not as good as last season's roster, but what if this season's roster features 70 games from Ja Morant as opposed to 50 games from Ja Morant? Well, then suddenly your team's better, even if your roster's worse, because you're getting more from your franchise point guard. Is that what I hear you saying?
Your best player plays all season. Yeah,
I feel like that's what I hear you saying.
That is what I'm saying. Yes.
DeMichael Cole in this story goes on to explain why Ja is set up for a bounce back season. The most obvious one being no Desmond Bane, right? That's a lot of points. They got to be scored somewhere.
Yes.
And there are very few other established playmakers on the court. I think the stat DeMichael threw out is that nobody else on the roster has averaged more than like 2.5 assists per game. So Ja's going to have to score perhaps more and playmake perhaps more than normal. And the stats should follow.
Yes.
And if the wins follow that, well, that's how you have a bounce back season. He's now 25 years old, Ja is. Turns 26 on Sunday. Happy early birthday. Happy early birthday, Ja Morant.
That, man? Going into year 7.
Turning 26 on Sunday. What do you think you do for your birthday if you're a John Morant at the age of 26?
Man, I don't know. Like, you've probably done everything.
Probably done everything.
Right?
At
Like, this man just traveled the world.
Just traveled the world.
I don't know.
Maybe
what
go
do
back,
you do?
I think maybe go back to the Philippines.
Man, yeah, they love him over there.
I might just go to the Philippines. I might just be like, turn this plane around. Let's go back to the Philippines.
Yeah.
Let's do that one more time. They seem to like him over there. 26 years old on Sunday. Happy early birthday. His best season to date was obviously 2022.
Mm-hmm. That's
when he was second team All-NBA, year 3. He played 57 games that season, averaged 27.4 points, 6.7 assists, 5.7 rebounds in 33.1 minutes per contest. And that was for a 56-win team that finished second in the West. What's funny about that is, like Ja's best season, his All-NBA season, he played 57 games.
Mm-hmm.
He wouldn't even be eligible for All-NBA according to the new 65-game threshold.
Yeah, I'm kind of along the lines of that might change eventually.
Well, this is evidence that it should change.
That threshold is going to change, yes.
Just 4 years ago, less than 4 years ago, the people who vote on this stuff thought a dude who played 57 games was worthy of second-team All-NBA. Just less than 4 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you set the standard at 65?
Right.
Did you think it was a mistake to have John Morant, second-team All-NBA, in 2022 after playing 57 games? I don't remember people thinking that was a mistake.
I don't either.
I remember people thinking it was well-earned, deserved, like the accolades that he had secured. And yet then they changed the standards to where that same player in that same season, everything identical, if it happened next season, would not be eligible for All-NBA.
Yeah.
Seems like a flaw in the system.
I think it might
I mean,
be.
I don't mean to turn this whole week of shows into flaws of the system, but between the FedEx...
the qualifying.
Between the FedEx playoffs on the golf side and the All-NBA stuff on the basketball side, I think we got a couple flaws in the system.
We might.
Ultimately, it does all come down to just health.
Mm-hmm.
Like, is he available? And I don't know even how to discuss that intelligently. Like, the truth is, he's never been the most reliable, available player. It's been especially bad in recent years. The suspensions, take them, set them over here. Still, there's just random injury stuff here and there. Only played 9 games in the 2023-24 season. Only played 50 in the 2024-25 season. But as Josh sort of explained at the end of the season in exit interviews, I believe, it was like, I don't know. Like, I had a shoulder issue, but my shoulder wasn't really the problem this season. And I've had other issues, but these were just random, out of my control, inconsistent things that just sort of happened to me. Seem to chalk it up to bad luck more than anything else. And I do think it's probably more than just bad luck. Like, at some point, if the bad luck keeps happening to you all the time, you got to start wondering what is the cause of this? And some of it is putting yourself in vulnerable situations, but some of it is just bad luck. And I think he was a victim on some level of just bad injury luck last season, and you're hoping that balances out. But it is just a hope. I mean, you're just hoping. Mm-hmm. That's all we're doing. I can't base it on anything other than just, wouldn't that be nice? He has been a banged-up player throughout much of his career, certainly in recent years. And we can all hope for better, but as always, we'll just have to wait and see. It's a little bit like if you're having a conversation, you've got the kids that just wild out every time you take them to a restaurant. They just it doesn't matter how it goes. Like, somebody going to throw a French fry, somebody going to get mad about a chicken nugget. You can have a conversation with your partner, your spouse, whatever, about like, hey, you want to go to dinner tonight? How you think it's going to go? And you can stay, I hope it'll go well, but like, there ain't a whole lot of history to base it on. Like, well, last time it didn't go well, and the time before that it didn't go well, and the time for that it didn't go well, and so sort of conditioned for it not to go. I feel like that's a completely reasonable place for Grizzlies fans to be right now. Hopeful, but realistic. If he plays 65 games, it's going to be the first time he's done it in a little while. But what else are you going to do? If you're a fan of a sports franchise, what else are you going to do besides hope and have hope? Otherwise, what is the point? So let's just be hopeful. The truth is, if you care about this world tour that's gotten a lot of attention, he looks healthy and happy.
Yeah.
You know, he looks healthy and happy. I didn't like the one little slip where he slid underneath his father.
I didn't love that either. That was a little scary. Yeah,
I didn't love that one.
Scary.
But broadly speaking,
everything else was great.
Broadly speaking, he looks happy and healthy, and you hope that continues throughout the offseason and then carries over into the regular season. And then we show these odds makers over at FanDuel, we show them that they have wildly miscalculated everything heading into this season.
I didn't realize that the sneakers dropped today, and so I'm not gonna get any.
You're upset about that?
Well, you can't get them.
That
just goes to show, we talk about his popularity on this world tour and everything. It's still even the lack of games played, it's still at an all-time high.
It's at a very, very high.
Go try to get a premium size on the Ja 3s right now.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Kids are attracted to him.
Yeah.
There's no getting around that. And I've known that for a while because I have children. And their favorite player has forever been Ja Morant and still is.
Mm-hmm.
And that never wavered throughout all the stuff. Did I hear kids making jokes here and there about stuff they see on their iPads? Yes, I saw those. I'm sure everybody has seen those. But broadly speaking, people love this guy.
Yeah. I think that you will see a huge, if he's playing a lot of games and they're doing well, I think you'll see a huge shift just in the focus of attention on him just as an NBA star.
And by extension, the franchise, and by extension, the city, which is another reason why you go to London and Berlin to continue to grow all of those brands. But the idea that he has remained this popular, and that's what this World Tour did more than anything else, just reminded, I guess us, but hopefully himself.
Mm-hmm.
We've talked about this before. I think he needed to see that and feel that. You don't get that living out in the suburbs, trapped in your house.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get that shut off from the world. And though I'm sure every time Ja Morant walks into a room, people turn around and look and point and try to get pictures and all that stuff, I had not personally seen videos of him walking around America or Memphis of just crowds of people freaking out. I wonder how often he's felt that lately, as opposed to how often he just gets beat down in his phone. These phones can wear you out, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Particularly if you are a global superstar who, in certain situations can be easy to make jokes about. The phone can wear you out. I think it's incredible that he's been able to feel the opposite of that on this tour, real human interactions. I'm never trying to make it out to be more than what it is, but I do think getting out into the world and feeling love from people, hearing nice things as opposed to reading bad things can really help your mental health, your state of mind. And Ja has publicly said before that he has struggled with all of this stuff we're talking about before. He hasn't really hid from it. He's acknowledged it can be hard. And I just think detaching from whatever it is you can detach from here, get out into the real world and be adored. Mm-hmm. I mean, some of it is feeding the ego type thing. I got it. But still, it's
whatever.
Whatever.
We're in the ego business.
I think that's important to feel loved, to feel wanted, to feel appreciated. And he has spent the past few weeks being able to do that. He obviously looks the part, but the smile's been noticeable as well. So I just think all of this stuff is good stuff. Hopefully it's beneficial, and that he stays healthy the remainder of the offseason and has, if not the best season of his career, something we can at least spend February, March, April debating about if it actually could be, based on what he's doing individually and where the Grizzlies are in the standings. As always, we'll see, and got plenty of time to talk about that before we get there. Other headlines past 24 hours in the NBA. I guess the biggest one, De'Aaron Fox reached a contract extension with the San Antonio Spurs. 4 years, $229 million. It's a big number for De'Aaron Fox.
It is a big number. I think I tend to look at this more as a Grizzlies fan, because most of what I saw yesterday when that was signed was, whoa, overpay, that's crazy, and you have two young guards that you drafted in back-to-back years. Why would you do that if you're the Spurs? I think it's the same reason that you would do it if you were in a similar situation if you're a team like the Grizzlies. Small market, you've got a guy that's a proven starting point guard there right now. You want to win this season if you're the Spurs. I think it's just the price you have to pay if you're a team like that.
I think that's right. It's just what you do.
Yeah.
I mean, we can haggle over the numbers, but the numbers were always going to be something like this.
Mm-hmm.
And once you make a move for De'Aaron Fox, you kind of are in the De'Aaron Fox business. Like, he's 27 years old. He's obviously a blur with the ball. He's been an NBA All-Star. You can reasonably think the best is yet to come, while also reasonably wondering, is it smart to invest this kind of money into a speed-first guard who's going to be entering his 30s still under this contract? All of those are reasonable conversations. But ultimately, I think where you land is this is the cost of doing business with a player of this caliber. This is just what it cost. It's not that undifferent. It's not too different than the Jaren Jackson Jr. conversation in Memphis. Like, there are plenty of people just as soon as that contract gets announced say, really, this much money for a guy who only rebounds like this and only has made this many All-Star teams and blah, blah, blah. But it's like, this is what it cost.
Yeah.
Unless you want to, as a small market team, let an all-NBA level guy go into unrestricted free agency and possibly lose him for nothing, this is the cost of doing business. Beyond that, it's just managing people as well. You know, less than a year ago, when De'Aaron Fox was traded from Sacramento to San Antonio, he made it very clear, I want to go to San Antonio. Not I want to go to New York or LA or Miami or Chicago. I want to go there. There were reports that he had a list of possible destinations. He came out and said, that's bullshit. I didn't have a list. I had one place. I told Sacramento, I want to go to San Antonio. I want to play with Victor Wembanyama. And if I'm the Spurs, I value that immensely. Like, I almost overpay for that. Here's a guy, traditionally in small markets, players like him are trying to get out. Here's a guy trying to come to us. He wants to come to our small market because he wants to be the Robin to our Batman that is Victor Wembanyama. He's not interested in going to the biggest market. He's not interested in making the most money. He's not interested in being the guy, although I'm sure on some level you can be interested in all of those things. But the thing he's most interested in is winning championships, and the place he thinks he's best equipped to do it, the player he believes can help him get there, is Victor Wembanyama. And I don't shoo that away too easily. Now, they didn't play much last year together.
Right.
They both had different injuries, and they only spent a handful of minutes on the court together. And those handful of minutes, small sample size, but they weren't incredibly encouraging. But the bet here is just that in a pick and roll heavy offense, how are you going to stop those two guys?
Right.
And if it happens to not work out, well, then you still got an all-NBA level guy under contract, team control. And as we've seen, you can move those contracts one way or another. The more likely scenario, because I do think this is interesting, obviously Wemby's going to be a max player. Every penny they can give him, they will, just as soon as they can. Now, De'Aaron Fox is a max player, all right? You've got the reigning rookie of the year, Stephon Castle. In theory, that guy is supposed to go on. If he continues to develop the way you want him to develop, he's supposed to become a max player someday. And then you just use the second pick on another guard, Dylan Harper. And if he becomes what he's supposed to become someday, he is supposed to be a max player. You can't pay all these guys.
No,
you will never be able. I don't want to say never, but you will not be able to flourish the way they want to flourish with those four players under max contracts. And so you're going to have to make hard decisions at some point. But what it appears they're doing in San Antonio is like, we'll make those decisions when we have to make those decisions.
Yeah, let's wait till Castle and Harper's rookie deals are up, and then we'll figure it out. Right?
We'll figure it out.
Yeah,
You don't pass on Dylan Harper because you already got Stephon Castle. You don't get out of the De'Aaron Fox business because you happen to get lucky, move up to 2 in the draft, and were able to select Dylan Harper. You just assemble the best talent you can get, and then you figure it out. I saw people debating how this thing plays out one way or another last night. And one, I think this is perhaps the most obvious way it could play out, is that Stephon Castle continues to be good, but the shooting never comes around. And what we find out is he was rookie of the year in a bad rookie class.
Yep.
Dylan Harper more establishes himself as the jumbo type of guard you'd prefer there. De'Aaron Fox continues to be what he's been, which when healthy is great. Do you see these numbers? I was unaware of this. I would never have guessed this. And some of this is you're just drawing weird statistical lines to carve out an interesting group of players. Like we do this all the time because it's easy to do on the internet. But still, like what I'm about to tell you is true. De'Aaron Fox has averaged 24.3 points, 6.2 assists per game on 47.8% shooting over the past 6 seasons. So clearly, like very strictly defined lines. But these are the lines. 24.3 points, 6.2 assists, 47.8% shooting over the past 6 seasons. The only other players to hit those numbers over that span, Nikola Jokic, Giannis Antetokounmpo, LeBron James, and Luka Doncic.
How about that?
So he, at least in that carving of numbers, is in a pretty special group. When he stays healthy, he went for 60 last season.
Yeah, no, he's a good. I'm a fan. I like him. Yeah,
he seems made of the right stuff, wired the right way. I guess what some people suggested. This is I think, path I would co-sign in terms of this feels like a likely way it might play out. Stephen Castle continues to develop, is good but not great. Shooting never comes around. The Dylan Harper thing works the way you want it. You invest in Wemby, you invest in De'Aaron Fox, you invest in Dylan Harper, and you move Castle at some point for pieces that you break him up into smaller pieces. Same thing the Grizzlies did with Desmond Bane. You break him up into smaller pieces.
It actually seems I could see it going that route.
But here's the other way. Stephen Castle actually becomes everything you think he can become. Maybe Dylan Harper doesn't work out so much. Well, then you just move the other direction. You just got options now. This provides San Antonio with options, and it's why the Oklahoma City is sitting at the top of everything right now. In the West, if you're looking for franchises that in 2 years, 3 years, 4 years are going to be ready to try to take them on, the place to look is probably San Antonio. Last headline, NBA, before we move on, connected to LeBron James and Luka Doncic. You see the story from yesterday? I guess it's a headline. I mean, it's definitely a headline.
Was it the picture?
He just video called Luka Doncic. There was some thought,
because Luka got the deal, and then there was a picture of him and all his teammates, and LeBron wasn't there.
So this is what happens, right?
Neither was Bronny, by the way.
Right.
Dan Patrick went off on Bronny. Did you see that clip?
I did not see that.
I mean, he was just saying, "Come on, dude, you're like the end of the bench guy. You have to be there. You can't like side with your dad on this."
So there's been this uncomfortableness, awkwardness between LeBron and the Lakers, honestly, since he opted into his contract. He opted into a player option, and the Lakers, for weeks, didn't acknowledge it. I assume they still haven't.
No, not that I know.
Clutch released a statement, and it was like passive-aggressive weird. Like, Bron values his relationship with the Lakers, even though he knows they're more looking at the future instead of now.
Yeah, right.
Then he, shows up in Cleveland. He's working out at the Cavs facility. Do you see the picture over the past few days? He's working out. These are all little things that might mean something, but could mean nothing.
Are you talking about the one with the Clippers logo in the background?
Yes. Yeah. All these little things, they could mean nothing, right?
Right.
Sometimes people read into stuff that just isn't there, right? Other times, the there is there. This is the internet. But with LeBron, we really pay attention to everything.
Right.
So, but there's been a lot of little things. One, the weird statement after he opted into the player option with the Lakers. A picture inside the Cavs facility. And I know he comes out and says, I go there every year. But, you know what you're doing.
Stop.
You know what you're doing. All right? You know what you're doing. We're not stupid. We know what you're doing. You know what you're doing.
Everything you do is under a microscope.
Yeah, he knows.
Yeah.
When I post this picture, what normal people actually before they post on Instagram will say things to themselves like this.
How's this going to play? Yeah.
When I post this on Instagram, what are people going to do? I don't think enough people do that, by the way. I think more people should maybe think a little bit, but to each their own. But normal people do that. You don't think LeBron James has that in his head somewhere? If I post this, what will be the reaction? When you post something from the Cavaliers facility, you know what's going to happen. You did that on purpose. Then he posted another one at the Clippers logos behind him. Keep in mind, all offseason, I ain't seen nothing with Lakers on him, but I've seen Cavs and Clippers. Then there's another little workout video that was circulating. I don't know if any of this matters, but people pointed it out. Every other time you see LeBron working out in years past, he's had on like a Lakers shirt or Lakers shorts or purple shoes or something. And this was like noticeably nothing Lakers on. He was wearing Nike stuff and whatever, but nothing Lakers at all. And so then you get the Luka press conference and half the team shows up.
Right.
But not the face of the team, not the NBA's all-time scoring leader. And his son's not there either. So this type of stuff gets attention. And at some point, I'm assuming Clutch or LeBron or some combination of the two decide, hey, we're looking a little bit petty, perhaps. We need to let people know you did reach out to Luka Doncic and congratulate him on his contract extension. So Shams Charania had the story yesterday afternoon. It read this way. As the ink was still drying on the 3-year, $165 million contract extension, Luka Doncic signed with the Lakers. On Saturday, Doncic's phone started buzzing with the player who has been the face of the franchise the past 7 seasons, LeBron James. James congratulated Doncic on the deal with a video call. Sources familiar with the exchange confirmed to ESPN after the contract was signed and before Doncic participated in a news conference at the Lakers facility on Saturday. So why does this come out on Monday afternoon? Because the narrative is starting to bother you a little bit. What's wrong with LeBron and the Lakers? What's wrong with LeBron and Luka? Are they even friends? Does LeBron even want him there? Oh my God. Player this, player that, player this, all showed up to support Luka. Where's Bronny? Where's Bron? What's going on? You just want to squash that a little bit?
Yeah.
So somebody picks up the phone, calls Shams and say, hey, can you get a story out there that says, like Bron's taking a beating. Can you let these people know he video called Luka? He was busy doing these other things. He's got a wife. He's got kids. He couldn't just pop into he's got a busy schedule. He couldn't just pop over to the practice facility on Saturday. But, like, he did take the time to call Luka Doncic. Can you bury this real quick? Yeah, I got it. Boom, and another LeBron headline. But that's what happened.
I think so, too. I think, too, like, I've never thought of it as, like, LeBron having an issue with, like, the Lakers and moving forward with Luka.
He definitely does.
I hear you. I mean, I think it's more along the lines of, I think Luka's great, and I just don't know if the rest of our roster is good enough to compete.
Well, that's part of his issue.
Yeah.
He what LeBron would say, if you could pull him over privately, he would say, yeah, I don't think the roster is good enough to win a championship right now. And I don't think they've done everything they could to put us in a situation to do that. They are more focused on the future than they are the now. And I didn't think that's the way I would have to end my career. That's what he would tell you.
Yeah.
And I completely understand that. In part because they probably never told him that this would be the way it goes. We're going to bring in somebody and then transition from you to them and stop betting on your present and start betting on their future. I bet they never had that conversation. Because they didn't think a Luka Doncic was going to fall into their lap the way it did. But the second that happened, as we've talked about before, LeBron's entire reality changed. For the first time, I don't want to say in his life, because I don't know what it was like when he was 11, but for the first time since he's been 15, 16 years old, for the first time, he is playing for a basketball franchise and on a basketball team where he is not the priority.
Right.
This is new. Like, imagine that's your new reality. When you've spent 20 plus years being the centerpiece of everything. Like, you can say, well, you should just adjust or learn, but like, that's a weird thing. That's a weird thing you've been the centerpiece of everything forever, and now you're not. When you walk into work every day, you're not the most important person anymore. It's that guy. And I think it's possible to be frustrated by that, but also still be cool with him. I think you got to be able to take that into any workplace. If I'm being honest.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
You can be resentful, feel misled, have trouble coming to terms with where your career is at now, and maybe it's not how you thought it would end, but then be like, well, it ain't this guy's fault. And this guy's been nothing but cool to me. So I'm going to video call him, congratulate him, and be genuinely happy for him, even if some of this is coming at my expense. I think I would be able to hold both of those thoughts in my head. I think I would. And it feels like LeBron on some level is trying to balance those things. Like, I don't want to turn this into a me against, like, my career is in a place I don't like right now. And yeah, it is because of the presence of Luka Doncic, but it is not Luka's fault. if anybody, it's Nico Harrison's fault if it's anybody's fault. Like Nico Harrison screwed up the end of my career.
Damn.
Right? Nico Harrison has made me a second-class citizen
true.
in my own franchise. But that's what's going on. And that chatter had increased in recent days when he didn't show up to the press conference this weekend.
Right.
And this is a direct result of that. Get a story out there that says LeBron's cool.
Yeah.
If not with everything, at least with Luka. And so Shams reports it, and then you get a whole day of people talking about it on ESPN.
Right.
The NCAA tournament, it was announced yesterday, will not expand beyond 68 teams for the 2025-26 season. Dan Gavitt made it clear these discussions will continue and have nothing to do with the 2027 tournament, 28 tournament, but we at least are, it's now official, putting off expansion for a year. We'll discuss that next. Gary Parrish Show presented by Ortho South.
Look at Mississippi State's schedule. They are not going to be favored in a single SEC game.
They don't play
They are only going to be favored. Their over-under win total is 3.5. They are only going to be favored in 3 games this year. That'll probably be Southern Miss, Alcorn State, and Northern Illinois.
It's at Southern Miss, man. I don't know.
And it's at Southern Miss.
They might not be favored in that
Right.
one.
You don't know what Brett Favre's done to the athletic department.
They have an awesome arena now.
Right.
The Odds Couple, live at 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Have you always dreamed of entertaining on the biggest stage in Memphis? The Claw Crew is looking for members to join their team for the 2025-2026 season. Claw Crew members are hardworking, high-energy entertainers who assist Grizzlies home games by hyping up the crowd and much more. Not only do they support the Grizzlies on home games, but also promote in Memphis and across the Mid-South. Open auditions are Saturday, August 9th at FedEx Forum. Visit grizzlies.com/auditions for more information and to register today.
Catch us if you can at Southland Casino Hotel and win your share of up to $1.8 million in free play and prizes. Join us for drawings every Saturday in May, June, and July. Each month, over 900 winners will take home free play or drive off in a new car or motorcycle. Be there for all 6 grand finale drawings and try to catch us if you can, only at Southland Casino Hotel. Must be 21 up. Play responsibly. For help quitting, call 800-522-4700. The NBA announced their dunk of the year yesterday. It was voted on by the fans, and it went to Ja Morant for his double clutch through Porzingis and Derek White. The call of it was excellent. That game we hung on to for a long time last season, but it was a spectacular dunk.
Tune in to the Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt, live every weekday at 8 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Orthopedic injuries can be unpredictable, unforeseen, and unscheduled, and Ortho South understands this better than anyone. Since your injuries don't make appointments, you don't need to either. And that's because Ortho South welcomes walk-ins during the weekdays and the evenings, and even on Saturdays. So next time an unforeseen injury makes an unscheduled appearance in your life, visit orthosouth.org to find your nearest urgent care location. Just walk in, and Ortho South will take care of everything, especially you. Learn more at orthosouth.org. That's orthosouth at orthosouth.org. Now, I got 5 more things you need to know.
Number 1.
No surprise, Big Bet Bennett, but a headline either way. The NCAA has announced that the NCAA tournament, both on the men's and women's side, will remain at 68 teams at least through the 2025-26 season. In other words, no expansion yet, but still up for discussion in 2027 and beyond. You're okay with no expansion, aren't you?
I'm good with no expansion. Yeah, I'm fine with it the way it is. We can leave it.
Yeah, leave it.
Yeah.
And
because I don't. We've talked about this a lot. To me, expansion means nothing for the team that I care about. They're going to be in the same situation that they're always in with the league that they're in. it's not going to change if they expand it, 4, 8 more teams.
That is what the data shows.
Yeah.
What they will try to tell you is that it creates more opportunities for the second best team from the American and the second best team from the Missouri Valley Conference and the second best team from Conference USA. And more slots equals more possibilities. That's not true. I mean, it's technically true, but that ain't the way it'll work out. You're going to get the 14th best team from the SEC and the 13th best team from the Big Ten and the 8th best team from the ACC. That's the way this stuff's going to work. You're just going to get more power conference teams in. All you got to do to understand this, who's arguing for it? You can play the same game in politics. You can play the same game in politics, play this game in all sorts of different walks of life. Who wants this? It ain't the Sun Belt commissioner,
right?
Who wants an expanded NCAA tournament? It ain't the Ohio Valley Conference commissioner. Who wants it?
The SEC.
It's the SEC commissioner. It's the Big Ten commissioner. Their argument is our leagues have gotten so big now that we have NCAA tournament caliber teams deep in our standings, and they're going to get left in some cases out of a 68 team field. But they wouldn't necessarily get left out of a 72 or 76. That's why we want to expand. That's why they're fighting for it. Coaches have contracts that have clauses in it about making the NCAA tournament. You can get a bonus for that. Advance to the Final Four, automatic rollover extension for that. Well, the best way to at least give yourself an opportunity to cash in on these contract clauses is to make the field to begin with. And the more spots available for these power conference teams, the more opportunity there is for that. But don't ever get it twisted. It ain't the little conferences that want this. It's the big conferences because they want to continue to put their mediocre teams into a field. Like I've said before, I don't think expansion will ruin the sport the way some people love to scream it'll ruin the sport, if only because expansion hasn't ruined NFL playoffs, NBA playoffs, MLB playoffs, the World Cup. Expansion can not always be a great thing, but like to date, the sports we care about, they've ruined nothing. But I do think with college basketball, we reached a point where there's a sliding scale, and you really do start to devalue the regular season even further by adding teams to the NCAA tournament. For instance, last year on Selection Sunday, it was a shock when North Carolina got in. Most bracketologists didn't think they belong, in part because they were like 1-13 in Quadrant 1. This is the perfect example of a team that does not belong in the NCAA tournament. It's one thing when you play in a mid-major league and you haven't had the opportunities to prove yourself, and then people dismiss you and your record because you, quote, didn't play anybody. But it's quite another when you've had 14 opportunities to add quality victories to your resume and you lost almost every one of them. What does that show me? When you play good teams, you lose. The only way to advance in the NCAA tournament, with few exceptions, is to beat good teams. You've been playing good teams all year and losing to them almost without exception. We don't need you in this bracket. And North Carolina still got in. Here's my point. With a 76-team field, it wouldn't even be a question. They would be so easily in with a 1-13 record in Quadrant 1. Why? Why do we need that team in the NCAA tournament? So this is where the pushback comes from. You're devaluing the regular season and adding really nothing that anybody cares about. You're messing with the bracket, messing with the way we fill out brackets. You're tinkering with a lot of stuff that doesn't need to be tinkered with. It's not that 68 is the perfect number. Most of us think 64 is actually the perfect number. But we're not going backwards. And so you just try to stay as close to 64 as you can. And 68 is the a number closest to 64 that we are operating with right now. So we'd like to stay at 68. If you're wondering how the NCAA decides to punt on this, it's pretty simple. Public pressure played a role. This is a wildly unpopular thing to expand the NCAA tournament. Like, I'd say 9 out of 10 college basketball fans don't want it. And the 10% that do probably don't even know why they do. They're just being different for the sake of being different. The other key is that it's not obvious that it's a money maker. Because if you expand on the men's side, you got to expand on the women's side, or at least they've committed to doing it that way. And it's not clear it'd be a moneymaker even on the men's side, but on the women's side, it would undeniably be a money loser. So let's just boil it down to the simplest form. if you're asking the NCAA, why would you want to do something that is both wildly unpopular and possibly a money loser? Greg Sankey, the Big Ten commissioner, the Big 12 commissioner, the ACC commissioner, they got that much power over you? Why you want to do something that's wildly unpopular and possibly a money loser? You can do something that's wildly unpopular if it's a money winner, like killing the Pac-12. That's a money winner for some conferences. So it's not popular, but at least we know why you're doing it. When it comes to expanding the NCAA tournament, it's like it might not actually make you money. And it will make you on the wrong end of a PR nightmare. So why do this now? The answer, of course, is don't. You don't do it now. So they'll put it off. They'll continue to meet and discuss and meet and discuss. And I do think they'll do it someday just because they want to do it. And eventually people in power, they get around to doing what it is they want to do, whether it's popular or not. I don't know if you've been paying attention. But eventually they will expand. But I'm sort of the opinion now, every year they don't is a good year. Put it off as long as you can.
Yeah.
And put it off at least one more year is a victory, small as it might be.
Number 2.
The odds to win the FedEx St. Jude Championship are starting to settle in.
Okay, all right.
You know who's number 1.
It's Scotty.
I mean, and a massive favorite at plus 280.
Okay.
The golfer with the second best odds to win at TPC South this weekend.
I'm going to say
it's at plus 1,600. So that's the gap.
Okay.
Scotty Scheffler is plus 280, the number 1 ranked golfer in the world, former prisoner. And the next best golfer has plus 1,600. Take a guess.
I'm going to say, I'm looking at like some of the past winners and like guys that have done good on this course, but I'll say that it is Justin Thomas. He has won it before.
Justin Thomas is third.
Okay.
He's at plus 2,200. He has the third best odds. Second
Hideki
best odds,
Matsuyama, he won it last year.
Hideki Matsuyama
He's top 12
is
in the world.
Currently listed at plus 4,500. That puts him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. He's in 16th place relative to betting odds.
Number 2 is Bryson DeChambeau.
Not playing, buddy. He's on the LIV tour.
Playing. Oh, yeah, that's right.
He left us for LIV.
Son of a... And he's won it before, hasn't he? Hasn't Bryson won before?
I don't think Bryson ever won.
He never won here?
Brooks won in Memphis. That might be what you're thinking of.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
We haven't been great on the winner's side lately. Hideki won. Abe Answer won. Will Zalatoris. That was kind of cool, but hadn't been great on the winner's side. Xander Schauffele has the second best odds at plus 1,600.
Yeah,
so it's Scotty Scheffler plus 280, Xander at plus 1,600, Justin Thomas, and then Tommy Fleetwood at plus 2,500. So practice rounds again today, Pro-Am tomorrow, and then the first round gets underway Thursday. Did you see this report, by the way? The PGA Tour is looking once again at ways to tinker with the format of the FedEx Cup playoff because of the absence of Roy McIlroy.
Oh, to help maybe in our favor, I guess what you're saying.
Yes. Like how do we create a system where the number 2 ranked golfer and reigning Masters champion can't reasonably say, I'm just going to skip it.
Right.
And like we talked to Michael Eaves yesterday, they've been messing with this the whole time. They've never found a way for it to hold, for it to matter in the ways that they like to tell you it matters. It just has never mattered in that way.
Mm-hmm.
Like, who was the last FedEx Cup winner before Scotty Scheffler?
No idea.
Yeah, like, I mean, most people would have no idea. I think it was maybe Victor Hovland, but like most people would have no idea. You're going to remember a Masters champion, a U.S. Open champion, much more than you. Like, this is supposed to be your end of the year thing, and it just doesn't resonate. So they've constantly been tinkering with it to try to get it to matter. But by tinkering with it, they have created another problem. So they didn't like the idea of, in years past, as recently as last year, like the best golfer in the world, Scotty Scheffler, starting a tournament with a multi-shot lead over the field. I mean, that's like not even fair.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's supposed to just run away with this thing now. So they tried to balance all that out. Whereas if you're in the top 30 in points, you qualify for the Tour Championship. And once we get to Atlanta for the Tour Championship, it's just like a normal tournament. Because I think fans had a hard time wrapping their head around.
Why does he have the lead?
How is he 12 under and the tournament just started 3 minutes ago?
Yeah.
That was just a weird thing. By the time we got to round 2, all that predetermined stuff is out the window, and now we're just looking at a normal leaderboard.
Mm-hmm.
But it was just hard for people to
I get that.
to look up and go, why is somebody 8 under and they played 1 hole? What's going on here? It was just it totally ran counter to every golf tournament you watch.
Mm-hmm.
So your end of the year golf tournament isn't played like any other golf tournament. So they decided to mess with that. And the way to mess with that is, okay, let's just make it where you qualify for Atlanta, everybody's even. Now we're just going to play 1 tournament, winner gets the trophy.
Mm-hmm.
How different is this than, say, the NBA playoffs? Like, you could be a Western Conference champion that literally goes undefeated throughout all the playoffs. Sweep, sweep, sweep. You're 12-0 heading into the NBA Finals.
Yep.
And in the East, the team went 7 games. So they won 4-3, 4-3, 4-3. They're 12-9.
Yep.
They're 12-9 through the playoffs. You're 12-0 through the playoffs. Well, once you get to the NBA Finals, it's just we all start over. It's 0-0. Let's play each other. We could just replicate that. It doesn't matter how well you've done leading up to the Tour Championship. All of that is merely to get you qualified for the Tour Championship. Once we get to Atlanta, everybody starts at even par. Okay, yeah, that's easier to wrap your head around. That sounds more like a real tournament. Well, what's the byproduct of that? The guy who has more money than he knows what to do with and who hasn't seemed that enthused about golf lately since winning the Masters reasonably and understandably made this decision. I'm going to qualify. I'm second in points. I'm going to qualify for the Tour Championship no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I could go play a golf tournament for a $20 million purse. If I win it, $3.6 million. But is $3.6 million going to change my life at all? When you're Roy McIlroy, the answer is no.
No.
Beyond that, hadn't really played well at TPC Southwind over the years. Beyond that, I know the weather's better than it could be, but it's still going to be hot as shit out there.
Yep.
And if I'm trying to win the Tour Championship, which I've already won multiple times, so like, how do I even care about that anymore? Like, I've won it multiple times. I don't even know if people know that. So, like, does that even matter? But if I'm going to win the Tour Championship, if I play in Memphis, I'm going to have to play 3 straight weeks.
Yeah.
And at least 2 of those, like, in unusual heat and humidity. So why not rest, get family time, and I'll just show up in the second round of the playoffs and take it from there.
Yeah.
Like, he can reasonably do all of those things. It sucks. I hate it. But if I were his advisor, like if I had no connections to Memphis, I was just Roy McIlroy's advisor, and he called me and he was like, hey, so here's what I'm thinking. I'd say, I get it. Makes sense. You know, I mean, it is Memphis and the hospital and the kids and all that stuff, but like, I get it. What he's doing isn't dumb or nonsensical. It's actually pretty understandable, but it still sucks for us.
Yes.
And sucks for the PGA Tour because there is one of your biggest faces, not just of now, but of all time. And he's just not going to be here in the first round of your playoffs. So it sucks for us. It sucks for the PGA Tour. I understand why Rory did it, but this is why they're tinkering again.
Yep.
Because they tinkered. Anytime you tinker with anything, there are going to be unintended consequences. And trying to balance out the field for the Tour Championship at least played a role, theoretically, in Roy McIlroy saying, well, I guess I don't even need to go to Memphis now. So now you start tinkering again. I don't know that they'll ever find a perfect solution, but I do appreciate that they're trying because it's a problem. It is a problem. Like, we don't have to make a big deal out of it, but when the guy who has been called the face of the PGA Tour decides he doesn't need to play in Memphis in the first round of what you're telling us is a big deal, your playoffs, well, then that's something that needs to be at least looked at again.
Yep.
Number 3.
Cleveland Browns have unveiled their first depth chart of the season, and they list the quarterbacks in this order.
Okay.
Joe Flacco, number 1.
Okay.
QB1. QB2, Kenny Pickett.
All right.
QB3, Dylan Gabriel. QB4, Shedeur Sanders.
Okay.
What does that tell you?
Well, first off, 2 and 3 are both hurt. So, and they signed a quarterback today, actually, Tyler Huntley.
A 5th quarterback.
Yes, they have 5 quarterbacks on their roster right now. The Browns do. So I would say it obviously tells you that Shedeur hasn't had the best camp if he's number 4, just because a lot of teams don't even have 4 quarterbacks. So I think that tells you all you need to know. But it also could be some politics. Like, again, Dylan Gabriel was drafted ahead of him. Kenny Pickett's been a starting quarterback in the league. Joe Flacco's a savvy veteran. I can't believe it. Let me just say, I know Joe Flacco might give them the best chance to win, maybe. I cannot believe in the year 2025 that any NFL team would like go into their season starting Joe Flacco as their quarterback. That's crazy to me. It's all due respect. Like, he's had a great career.
Let's show him no respect.
No, I'm just saying, dude, that's stupid. Like, that is the most Browns thing ever, that they would go into their, like, how can you're not going to win. Like, you're not. First off, you're not going to win because you're the Browns. But second, like, come on, dude. Like, be real.
Okay, so your options are start a 40-year-old, start a Pittsburgh native who the Steelers gave up on, or a rookie.
Well, you have 2 rookies that you drafted.
Yeah.
I would maybe make a choice and say, let's roll with this guy. If it doesn't work out, we'll put the other guy in. Let's see what our future looks like. I don't think that any Browns fan would sit here and be like, man, this is our year. Like, I know their defense is good. But
counter argument.
Come on.
Counter argument. You're the coaching staff. It's pretty clear in your eyes. You've seen this stuff for a few weeks now. Mm-hmm. Pretty clear in your eyes. Joe Flacco gives you the best chance to win. Let's start with Joe Flacco, see if we can actually win some games, see where this thing goes, and when it goes bad, because it will, because he's 40 and we suck, then we start looking at the younger guys.
And I think that's fine. I think that's a fine way to go about it, but I don't know. I mean, that would suck to sell to your fan. Like, I'm excited that the Titans are just saying, we drafted Cam Ward, we're starting Cam Ward, right? And I know he was the number 1 overall pick. I know there's a difference, but still, like, I think you sell your fans on the hope for the future. I don't think any Browns fan is sitting here saying we can win with Joe Flacco. Like, we can be a playoff team.
Here's the issue. None of these guys are going to win. They'll probably all get their shot, which is among the reasons why, like, if your goal is to play, you might be better off being the 4th string quarterback in the preseason in Cleveland than like the 2nd string in Buffalo. The only way you're playing in Buffalo is if the quarterback gets hurt. Mm-hmm. Kansas City, if the quarterback gets hurt. Baltimore, if the quarterback gets hurt.
Right.
Here in Cleveland, all these guys are going to play.
Yeah.
Because none of them are going to be any good. And when Joe Flacco proves to be not good, it's like, well, let's give Kenny Pickett a try. And when Kenny Pickett shows he's not any good, they'll be well, let's go Dylan Gabriel try.
Yeah.
And then one of these guys going to get hit, and they're going to get hurt. And it's like Shadur said, you will turn on Red Zone or whatever you turn on, and Shadur Sanders is going to play quarterback this year at some point.
Okay, so let's just say, all right, so
possibly poorly.
I told you that they signed Tyler Huntley, right? So they got 5 quarterbacks.
That dude probably play too.
It would be crazy to go into an NFL season with more than 3 quarterbacks on your roster. So I think we can assume 2 are getting cut. Who's getting cut?
I can't assume that.
Dude, you're not going into an NFL season with 4 quarterbacks on your roster. That's crazy.
Well, you're not going to cut one of the draft picks.
You're not going to cut one of the draft picks. I think they're both safe. I think the 2 draft picks are safe. So then you got Flacco, Pickett, Huntley. They'll cut Huntley.
Yeah.
And probably Pickett. Yeah. Because he's been banged up.
I'm going to let them figure it out. If you're Shadur Sanders, though, this is the latest bit of evidence that maybe you ain't who you think you are. All right? You think you're the best quarterback in the country, but nobody else thinks that. You think, well, at least I'm a first-round draft pick. Nope, 5th. Okay, well, let me get to camp and show them. You ain't showing them nothing. Like, none of this is good.
Yeah. I mean, again, I do wonder like where the politics come into play just because Gabriel was drafted over him. Maybe
I
that's
think
the
if I'm in
only
that front
reason
office,
they're
there
doing
is
that.
no scenario where I'm putting Shadur Sanders ahead of Dylan Gabriel, even if it's close, even if Shadur is slightly better in camp, just because there's a certain order to this, and I'm going to stick to that order until I can't stick to it anymore. But 4th on a depth chart is 4th on a depth chart.
That's right.
4th on a depth chart is 4th on a depth chart. I wish the young man luck, but his the past 6 months or so haven't gone perfect.
Haven't been great. No. It'd be fun to watch that. I'm locked into preseason. Are you ready for this weekend?
I am
I didn't put the Titans depth chart. It wasn't as newsy, so I left that one out.
You were real excited about your depth charts this morning.
I had two.
Was yesterday like depth chart announcement day or something?
I had two depth charts for you.
Very excited.
I wanted to give you the Titans one, but it's not that newsy. It's about as you would expect. You know, Cam Ward, Calvin Ridley, Tony Pollard, like those guys are all, Tyler Lockett, those guys are all going to be in the starting lineup, you know.
I don't know.
Nothing too shocking there. Yeah.
I saw an interview with your quarterback.
Yeah.
I like him.
Oh, I love him.
I like everything he says.
I hope he's good. I like everything he said. He doesn't care about anything but football, man.
I like that.
Yeah. Don't call him. Don't call him. The phone's off, all right?
Yeah.
The phone's off. I talk to my mom, my dad, my dog, and that's it.
He said I don't talk to 5 people a day. And I was like, I don't talk to 5 people a day.
He's locked in.
Like I talk to Bennett, but only when the microphones are on.
That's right.
Outside of the microphones, we do not speak to each other.
Oh, we talk a little bit.
We talk a little bit.
Yeah.
We'll say what's up and stuff.
Save it for the show.
I don't really, like verbally, who do I talk to every day?
Mm-hmm.
My wife and kids.
Yeah, your wife and kids.
That is it.
Yeah.
The only people I consistently speak to every day, my wife and kids.
Probably Vernon.
I don't, not every day.
You talk to Vernon quite a bit.
I don't try to.
Okay.
I don't need to hear everything he's I don't need to hear everything old Big Mouth's got going on.
Fair enough.
I don't need to hear all that.
Yeah.
I have a bunch of strong group text.
Yeah.
I have a bunch of strong text messaging friends.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm a strong texter.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. So we're talking like talking with your voice.
Yeah. I'm using my mouth.
Okay. Gotcha.
I'm a strong texter.
Yeah.
But I'm not real great about spending 15 minutes on the phone with you.
I think that's just a product of the times, society.
Do you spend 15 minutes? Do you spend time talking on the phone to people for no reason? Like we really don't have any reason to talk right now. It's not like you need me to do something for you. I don't need you to do anything for me. But we're just talking. We're just catching up. Hey, like if I just called you today and you were like, hey, what's up? And I was like, nothing. I just want to see what's going on with you. Which is something I would never do.
Not really. I
don't do that.
No, I used to, but no. If I'm talking to my friends or I'm just we're texting. Yeah.
I feel like I am in close contact with my closest friends all the time
through text,
but we don't really talk a lot.
Yeah.
It's text messaging. We a lot of I feel like I'm keeping in touch with people. Mm-hmm. Like I feel like I know what's going on in people's lives. Kinda. Mm. But it's not really like, I don't spend a lot of time like this. Is this still the way you do it? Is this the universal sign for talking on the phone?
I think so.
Okay. I don't do that a lot.
I'm more like this now.
What about your wife? Is it a male-female thing? Does your wife talk on the phone to her friends?
No. Not really. No. Mm-mm. She does it through text.
See, my wife talks on the phone.
Does she?
Yeah.
Calls her friends up.
Yeah, and they call her.
Yeah.
I think they call her more than she calls them.
Huh.
But like she's receptive to that. Like I can
probably a good trait to have.
I can
honestly.
see her. I can see her on the phone, and I can be like, "Who are you talking to?" And she'll be like, "So and so," and I'll say, "About what?" And she's like,
"Mm-hmm."
They don't know what they're talking about. They're just talking, just to talk, like friends. But I don't really do that anymore.
Interesting.
It is interesting.
What changed in us?
What do you think changed in us?
Yeah, I think we've gone too far inward. We're not giving ourselves to the world as much as we used to.
I feel like I do this for a couple hours every day. It's enough of me.
Well, that's the thing.
Who needs to hear more?
That's the thing. We're in a unique situation.
We're unique individuals, you and I. I feel like we need to hear my voice. There's plenty of places to do that.
That's right.
You don't need to do it in real life. Like you don't need to do it in real life.
Oh
right?
Man, yeah.
All right,
that's true.
I don't know what we're talking about.
Good luck, Shador.
Oh, here's what I was saying.
Yeah,
Cam Ward.
Yes,
this is how we got on this. He said I don't talk to 5 people a day. I was like, I don't either.
Yeah.
And it's not because I'm focused on football. It's just because I'm watching YouTube videos. Like I'd rather watch YouTube videos than talk on the phone. All right, but he says all the right things.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he's a great quarterback, but he says all the right stuff. Like that's the guy I would want to be my franchise quarterback, Cam Ward.
Yeah,
just because of the way he talks, the way he stands there and says things. He says good stuff.
Yeah, we're gonna see how this whole thing goes. We're gonna first look at him this weekend. Probably, he's likely to play in the preseason, the first game.
Hey, I'm rooting for him. I'm rooting for you.
Yeah, man, I'm excited because this is a big, like week 1 of the preseason now. This is because we cut a game, and so guys are gonna play this weekend. It's like Joe Burrow's playing this weekend. It's gonna be fun. This ain't your granddad's preseason, man.
Is it not?
No, dude. No, we're jumping right in week 1.
Oh, I'm excited.
Yeah,
then.
It's gonna be fun.
I didn't know I should be excited, but I guess now I'm gonna get excited about it.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
All right, good.
Number 4.
Speaking of depth charts.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man, you're fired up about depth
I
chart.
know. I do love depth chart day.
I don't know if y'all
day.
understand how my mornings go, but I get up, I make me a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
And I just sit there and I wait for Bennett to send me stories. And I'm like, what's he going to send this time?
Yeah.
And I'm like,
I was like, oh, it's depth chart day, buddy.
And he sent me like 3 football stories. I was like, well, I guess the new Marvel movie didn't come out today.
No, it did not. No, we're past it. Summer blockbuster season's over.
I guess DC Comics is ain't got nothing going on today. So it was all depth charts.
Yep.
Travis Hunter is listed on Jacksonville's depth chart. No surprise considering that's who he plays for.
Yeah.
But did you see? He is wide receiver 2. CB4.
So
starting receiver, reserve defensive back. Now, you correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm a casual when it comes to NFL draft prospects. I acknowledge that up front. But everything I'd been told was that Travis Hunter is a better DB
than a receiver.
So what is Jacksonville doing?
I don't know. I mean, he is kind of just one of the most fascinating players that's been drafted in a long time. Like, you do not see this anymore, where a guy plays 2 positions and theoretically can play them both well in the NFL. We don't see that anymore. So that's kind of cool. Same reason
you don't see anybody try to play basketball players 48 minutes except for JJ Redick that one time.
That's right, exactly.
It's because you get tired.
I think it was kind of trending this way because you heard Trevor Lawrence talk during the offseason about how he really wanted to play with him. And so I think that maybe they're like, you know what? Let's throw a bone to our quarterback. Like, we drafted this guy high. Lawrence, we still believe in Trevor Lawrence, even though his career's kind of been up and down and he's had injuries. Let's lean this way. I think it makes sense.
We'll see.
Yeah.
But it runs counter to what I was it runs counter to what
I think
Mel
you'll still see him play
This ain't
quarterback.
what Mel Kiper was telling me. This ain't what I heard from Mel Kiper.
But see, I think it'll be more along the lines of you're going to play a lot. Like, we want you on the field all the time on offense, and we'll rotate you in and out on defense. That's what I think.
This ain't what Mel Kiper said.
Mel might be wrong. I mean, you can't. The depth chart doesn't lie, buddy.
The depth chart doesn't lie,
The depth chart doesn't lie.
This is just not what I was prepared for when I was listening to Mel Kiper. He told me Travis Hunter was a better DB than a receiver, and that's where he was going to make his money.
And he still might.
You might put him down in third down situations on offense, but where he's going to really make his money, that's going to be on the defensive side of the ball. And the Jaguars said, nope, he's wide receiver 2.
Yeah. And that's because they're doing a favor to their quarterback. That's what I think that's what's happening here.
Well, the good news, I guess, is that things always go so well in Jacksonville. So
That's right, exactly.
So I'm sure this will work out.
Exactly.
Hey, where are we at on Travis Hunter and his wife?
What do you mean?
I saw her crying on the internet a few weeks ago. She was crying.
Oh, yeah, she does cry on the internet a lot.
She cries on the internet.
Why is she crying so much?
I don't know.
She's got a great life, it appears.
You just never know.
Why is she crying so much?
I don't know. You can't ever tell from this distance. You know?
I saw that. And the comments were hilarious.
She cries on the internet.
Yeah.
You know, we all got people in our lives that they share a little too much on the internet.
Yes.
You know?
She seems like an internet overshare for sure.
Yeah, like I assume your life isn't all sunshine and bubble gum because almost nobody's is, but I don't need to know every bit of it. I don't need to see you cry on the internet.
Crying on the internet is wild.
People are wild on the internet.
Like, you have to make the choice while the tears are running down. Like, while you're emotional, like, let me go in and flip this camera on.
Yeah, like when I start crying, I go upstairs and like put my head under the covers. Yeah, I just put my head in the pillow and cry, and then I get it all out. And and then I go back to doing what I was doing.
Yeah,
it never occurs to me to jump on
social media, go live. Yeah,
no,
I don't think me either.
That is my main blind spot in this world right now. Is like I don't understand how people decide to do what they do on a daily basis. Like, why did you just put that on the internet?
I know.
Every day, like people I like know, like real life people. I'm like, man, that didn't have to be on the internet.
Right.
Like, you and your girlfriend are probably going to get back together tomorrow. I didn't need to know about your fight at dinner tonight.
Or like, get myself an iced coffee.
I don't even care. Like, people can do it.
No, come on. We're past that.
People can do whatever they want. I don't care. like
I've been guilty of doing it.
there are people who like just like to share their lives,
Mm-hmm.
right? They just like to share everything they're doing, and that's fine with me. Like, what do I care? I'm not talking.
We just talked about this. This is our way of staying connected, dude.
I'm not
Come
talking
on.
about those people.
It's our way to stay connected.
I'm not talking about those people. I'm talking about the people where it would just be like, you're going to wish you didn't put this on the internet.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
When you wake up tomorrow. So why are you putting this on the internet tonight? Like, you are, like, I see this all the time. Like, you are bad-mouthing your wife on the internet. Or bad-mouthing your husband on the internet. Or the father of your children. Or the mother of your children.
That's not a good look. That's not a good look.
Like, you're going to wake up tomorrow and you're going to wish that wasn't there. So why is it there? Drugs and alcohol, probably.
Probably, yeah.
Some combination. But I saw Travis Hunter's wife. You know, they've been a little rocky. Which is also like something I shouldn't even know. Why do I know that Travis Hunter and his wife have been rocky? I don't know whether you and your wife have been rocky.
I wouldn't put it out there.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
I wouldn't put it out
I sit
there.
across from you every day. I have no idea if you and your wife are rocky. You have no idea if me and my wife are rocky.
It's true.
Why do I know more about Travis Hunter and his wife than I know about you and your wife?
I think you're right. I think there's some things you shouldn't share.
Some things you shouldn't share.
Yeah.
And like, I think crying on the internet is there's a time and place for everything. There's a time and place for everything. But you, Travis Hunter's wife, shouldn't be crying on the internet.
I agree.
All right, let's leave it there.
Yeah.
Number 5.
Blaze Jordan, DeSoto Central High graduate, should be making his AutoZone Park debut with the Redbirds.
Oh, nice.
Tonight, 6:45 first pitch.
How about that?
Downtown Memphis. The Durham Bulls are in town.
Beautiful weather. It's going to be a nice
beautiful
night
weather.
at the
Oh,
ballpark.
man, it can't possibly be more than 100 and something. So, you know.
Hold on, let me pull up. What's the theme tonight? You know, we always got a theme in minor league
you think
baseball.
we got a theme tonight?
Of course, we have a theme. There's always a theme.
All right, well then let's get a theme, Bennett.
Yeah, we always have a theme.
I think it should be Blaze Jordan night.
It is tonight. The theme of the why is this taking so long? There we go. Okay, we're at August 5th. Tonight is. Oh, there's no theme.
Bennett.
Are you kidding me? There's no theme tonight.
Bennett said there's always a theme and then followed it up with there's no theme.
$2 PBR is on Thursday.
Okay, well, we got that on our calendar.
Friday's like the kids' night.
I like that.
And then Saturday's fireworks.
Okay, but tonight it's just, you just got to love baseball
And
tonight.
Sunday's ice cream Sunday.
I like ice cream. I do like ice cream.
Yeah, tonight's just all about the love of the game, brother.
Tonight you just got to love the game.
Yeah.
If you want to go to AutoZone Park tonight, it's just about loving the game.
Yeah, that's right.
All right.
You're damn right.
Blaze Jordan, as you know, was traded from the Boston Red Sox franchise to the Cardinals organization at the trade deadline. He'd been in AAA with Boston. They assigned him to AAA with the Redbirds. He's already played 2 games with the Redbirds, but tonight should be his home debut. And, like, that's a big night for him.
It's awesome, yeah.
Like, if this young man's career goes the way it's looked like it was going to go since he was, like, 11 years old, he will have much bigger nights than tonight.
Yeah.
On much bigger stages than AutoZone Park. But he'll remember this forever. Right?
Yeah, that's cool.
It is cool.
That's cool. Blaze is such an awesome name, too.
I don't know why I'm not named Blaze.
I know. I wish I was Blaze Doyle.
I wish I was Blaze Parrish.
That'd be good for my career.
I never even understand why I do understand, but like,
Oh,
still,
yeah, you're Gary.
I'm Gary
Yeah.
Jr.
But you're the last of a dying breed.
Yeah, because I killed that.
Yeah,
I ain't
one-
gonna make another kid go through this world named Gary.
Why?
Like, my kids mock my name.
Do they?
Like, my kids will be like, I'll be like, Lou, get your shoes on. You get your shoes on, Gary. They mock my name.
It's aggressive.
They mock my
Everyone
name.
just calls you GP. Do they call you GP because they think Gary's lame?
No, they call me Gary. Like, no, my kids call me Dad.
I'm talking about, and most people call you GP.
Most people do call me GP.
Yeah.
And I didn't invent that. That just like something.
Right,
that
it just happened.
That's just something that happened. My kids call
Is
me
it because
Dad.
they thought Gary was lame, and so they were like,
we
well,
can't just call this guy Gary. Like, there's like,
I don't think I've ever called you Gary. Not one time. I've known you forever.
yeah. But my kids, when they're trying to mock me, they will say Gary. Come on, Gary.
Uh-huh.
All right, hey, do you have your glove? We got to get out the door. I'm getting my glove now, Gary. They'll do
Now
that.
call me Bennett Doyle, like my full name, my full government name.
They'll hit me with that. So I was never going to name another kid Gary. Just wasn't going to. but never even thought of Blaze. I didn't even know that was an option.
Man, you ain't kidding.
Man, what if I'd have named my...
I know. Like, why didn't I think of that?
Like, you'd tell
my
me...
kid could be walking around school right now the second day, Blaze Doyle, and everybody would be like, that kid's cool.
Instead, I got an 8-year-old named Louie that everybody calls Lewis because it's spelled like Lewis.
I like Noah. Noah's a good name. I'm good with that.
We don't call Louie Louie. We call him Lou. He's just Lou.
Yeah.
And like our whole thing is weird because of that store. People assign, so like people will meet Oliver and they'll call him Ollie.
Yeah, yeah.
Nobody calls him Ollie. We don't call him Ollie.
It's just because it
just sounded better for the store. Like that's strictly a store thing. Aiden and Ollie. We do call Aiden or AP.
Because Aiden and Oliver sounds too proper.
I don't know.
Aiden and Ollie sounds more like,
I don't know where it came from. I don't know where it came from exactly, but it was just like that seemed to roll better off the tongue. It
rolls off the tongue, for sure.
But like people then go, oh, well, this is Ollie. And he looks at him like they're crazy. Like, no, I'm not Ollie. Nobody calls me Ollie. But we call him Oliver. But we don't call Louie Louie. We call Lou's mostly just Lou.
Yeah.
But I'm either Dad or Gary. They mock my name. Could have been called Blaze.
He could have been Blaze.
Or Zion. I would have taken either one.
Zion's a killer name. That is so good.
I could be sitting right now. This could be the Zion Parish show or the Blaze Parish show. Mm-hmm. Instead, it's Gary.
I mean, while we're at Ja's an amazing name. I know that's an abbreviation, but Ja's an amazing name.
Just a missed opportunity. That's my message for all parents out there and expected parents, future parents. You can name your kids whatever you want.
Right.
It doesn't have to be something stupid like Gary.
No, it can be like Thunder.
It could be Thunder. Yeah. You could name your kid Thunder. Okay? So name a kid Thunder. Like, just don't don't be stupid with your names. It's up to you.
Be creative.
Be creative. Yeah. Name your kid Blaze or Thunder.
Yeah.
Or Electricity.
And he might be a professional baseball player.
Could have. Like, I think that's half the battle.
Well, that's the thing is I think if you name your kid Blaze, they have to do something badass. Like,
you can't just have hey, so what's Blaze up to? Oh, he's just pouring concrete.
Reading books.
Like whatever. Like, it's fine. Everything's fine. Like, concrete's important. Good luck trying to have a driveway without somebody that pours concrete.
I bet there are plenty of people named Blaze that lay concrete, by the way.
And they smoke a lot. Yeah. And they got nicknamed Blaze.
There's definitely a dude named Blaze laying concrete right now.
Right now.
Yes.
And nobody can ever find him because he's always smoking over behind a truck.
Right.
Where'd Blaze go? We need 7 more inches over here.
Yeah.
Of some...
I don't know. I couldn't begin to know.
We need some more pebbles over here. Where's Blaze? Oh, he's over there smoking behind the truck just like always. There's a million people named Blaze that just like to fire up, right?
Yes.
All right. But this is Blaze Jordan, the baseball player.
Yeah, and we're excited for him.
6:45 tonight. There's no promotion. Bennett says you just got to go for the love of the game.
I mean, at least I don't see it on the calendar on the website. They probably got something good going on. They always do.
They got Blaze Jordan going on.
That's right.
You don't need a promotion when you have a Blaze Jordan. All right?
Yeah.
All right. So good luck to him.
Good luck.
Congrats to his family, and should be a fun night in downtown Memphis. Be back with GP's Carry-On.
What is the biggest Summer League accomplishment so far for this Grizzlies team?
Tuomas Isalo filling out his coaching staff. The Ryan Saunders hiring was essential. It was big time. You have a veteran NBA voice there.
Hey, Grizzlies fans, be sure to tune in to Grizzbeat, where the panel and I break down all things Grizzlies and take a look at the rest of the NBA as well. The show is live every Wednesday, 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Grizzlies fans know it's the team that gives you the edge. Big River Steel does too. And much like the Grizzlies have recruited legendary talent, we want you to be part of our team. Are you ready to be part of something legendary? Then visit www.bigriversteel.com. That's www.bigriversteel.com.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans. Want exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you? Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
Sonic Radio. Welcome back to Sonic RNDIO. That spells radio with me, the CIO. This just in, the new Sonic $1.99 menu lets you build a crave-worthy meal for just $1.99 an item, whether that's a creamy shake, crispy tots, or a quarter-pound double cheeseburger. This just out. Ostriches. They're mean, not very cute, and in my opinion, way too big for a bird. Don't miss the Sonic Fun 99 menu. 5 items, always $1.99. Live free, eat Sonic.
Tax not included. See menu for details.
You get to the main event, and you hear the crowd. There's some rumblings in the crowd.
Here we go.
They say, "We want truth."
I love how John Cena said when they were chanting, "We want truth." You can't handle the truth.
There you go.
I loved it.
He takes the knee off, boom. Takes the mask off, boom. And it's our freaking truth. God, man, he cost John Cena the match.
Tune in to Grind City Wrestling weekly on the Grind City Media app and on the Grind City Media YouTube channel.
Show presented by Ortho South. Let's wrap this up with GP's Carryout.
It's time for GP's Carryout. One final segment filled with stuff to take with you. It's not everything you need to know, but it's most of it. What did we miss today?
Well, we touched on most of the big headlines on a Tuesday that is not filled with a lot of big headlines. I don't know if you noticed.
I have.
That golf tournament can't get here soon enough.
Man.
Other quarterback news, though, in the NFL. Teddy Bridgewater going to sign a deal with the Bucks. Teddy Bridgewater's still alive.
How
you know
about that? Yeah, how about that?
Who knew that? I remember when he was about to die.
Oh, yeah.
Remember when he almost died?
Yeah.
I think they really thought like his whole livelihood was in jeopardy.
Because of his leg?
Now
Yeah.
look at him.
Look at him. He was coaching high school football, I believe.
If you were ever just kind of okay at playing quarterback in the NFL, you can always get like a third string job when you're like 50 years old.
Yeah, it's true.
If you were ever just kind of like a good teammate, a good dude, and like seemed somewhat competent playing quarterback in the NFL, you keep your phone on at all times.
Yep.
Because they could circle back to you. Teddy Bridgewater back in the NFL. Good for him.
Good for Teddy.
That's a nice story. I'm happy for him.
Happy for him, too.
What's today's biggest game?
We're going to the WNBA.
All right.
CBS Sports
We're back,
Network.
okay.
CBS Sports Network. 9 o'clock tonight. It's the Indiana Fever against the LA Sparks. Go ahead and ask. I know what you want to ask. Go ahead and ask.
Well, we've had a lot of days off. Is Caitlin playing or not? She's out tonight. Okay.
She will miss again tonight.
Okay.
This will be, I believe, the 8th straight game she's missed. She is stuck on 13 appearances so far this season. Tonight will be the 17th game she's missed. So, if you're wondering when she's going to be back, we don't have an answer. Even the Indiana Fever as an organization say they don't know how close they are to Caitlin Clark's return to the court, but the priority is to get her as healthy as can be in anticipation of a playoff run. Minus Caitlin Clark, the Fever are still favored tonight. Inside Crypto.com Arena. 2.5 point favorite. The total is 177.5. Sophie Cunningham will be on CBS Sports Network tonight. 9 o'clock tip. How you going to act?
This one's kind of tough. Like, if you just look at the records, it would seem like a no-brainer to take the Fever here. They have won 4 in a row. However, the Sparks are playing better. They've won 5 out of 6. Fever did lose a close one to the Sparks a few weeks back. Let's go Sparks at home.
Oh, somebody believes in Kelsey Plum.
Let's go Sparks at home. Yeah.
Somebody have decided.
I'm a Kelsey Plum fan. Cam Brink. Let's go.
Somebody has decided they want to side with Kelsey Plum tonight.
I think I do.
Interesting. Bennett says Take the points. 2.5. Sparks at home inside crypto.com.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
What are we watching on TV?
Hard Knocks returns tonight.
Yes.
Oh, Jesus. What you so excited about?
I like this one. This is exciting. The Bills. It's actually a good Hard Knocks.
What makes you so excited about the Bills?
Oh, I mean, you're going to be in Buffalo with all those crazy ass fans.
Well, I don't think they're going to be there. They don't get to be there like that, do they?
Oh yeah, they'll show them like at training camp, and then you get like the first preseason game or whatever.
You want to catch a table on fire or not?
Yeah, and that's probably for week 2 because we don't have a game yet. But yeah, I think this is a good Hard Knocks. Have they ever done the Bills? I mean, they haven't in recent memory.
The Bills have never been on Hard Knocks.
Yeah, this is a good Hard Knocks.
Okay. Josh Allen recently married.
Yeah, maybe we'll see. Maybe we'll see some footage from him and Haley's wedding.
I'd like that.
Yeah,
I'd like that. She was a star in Sinners, wasn't she?
Yes.
You enjoyed her in Sinners, didn't you?
She's great. I'm a fan. Yep. She's also an Avenger.
Is she an Avenger?
Yeah.
Yep. She's a vampire and an Avenger.
Yep.
How
She's
about
doing pretty
that?
good these days.
I guess so.
Yep. Well, she's gonna be an Avenger, more than likely. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, breaking news.
Well, she's like borderline. She's like on the ascent as a,
You like the Adam Schefter of Avenger movies?
Yeah.
Okay.
You brought it up earlier.
I knew if I didn't, you would.
Yeah. So I'm excited. Yeah, I think this is a good Hard Knocks.
I don't watch Hard Knocks, should I?
I used to love it. It used to be appointment TV, and it's just kind of. I wonder if like the social media era hurt Hard Knocks because we're talking about depth charts and like what somebody said to the second string quarterback at practice yesterday. Like we get all this stuff whenever we want it now. I think, used to, it was like if you want to see like the behind the scenes of an NFL franchise, you got to watch Hard Knocks for that. Now you just get it because people are there filming practice, all
and
that
whatever
kind of stuff.
the best thing is from Hard Knocks, that will just be on your social media feeds as well.
Right. So I think that might have hurt Hard Knocks, but I always liked it. I mean, I've always watched, not as much in recent years, but I will definitely watch this one. Yeah.
I just don't care. Should I care?
And my wife's a big Bills fan, so
should I make myself care?
It's pretty good, man. I mean, I think Hard Knocks is a really well done show. Yeah.
Maybe I'll tune it in tonight.
Yeah. I'd give it a go.
Tonight's episode 1 of Hard Knocks with the Bills for the first time ever. It's on HBO, 8 o'clock. It debuts, and then, of course, you'll be able to watch it on the HBO Max app.
Yeah, that'd be good. Oh, by the way, speaking of TV, did you watch SmackDown last night or Raw last night?
Of course.
It's pretty good. It was pretty good. That it's happening just like we thought. Roman, he's leaving for a while.
The
OTC is going away for a while. That's why Big Bronson jumped off the top rope and frog splashed him like 5 times in a row.
They don't let Roman Reigns walk out after getting frog splashed by Big Bronson like that over and over again. He'll be back next week.
No, he's taking some time off.
Not like that,
dude.
Bennett.
I'm telling you, the press release is gonna come out. They're gonna say Roman's got internal bleeding, broken ribs.
Bennett.
Big Bronson stole his shoes again.
I like the tribal thief.
The tribal thief is great.
Tribal thief is funny.
Yeah.
The Shuafala is funny.
That actually is really good. Yeah.
Him wearing Roman Reigns' shoes around his neck is funny.
Yeah.
That's actually funny.
Yeah. Glad that everybody bitched about LA Knight enough to get him back in the main event.
You seen flub his line in the promo he did with?
Oh God.
With Seth Rollins.
Cringe.
It was cringe. He just flubbed it.
And he was like,
he was like, and there's no better time than here.
Excuse me.
I'm sorry. It was like, oh man. Like Seth Rollins even cracked like a little smile. It was like, you just messed up, bro. We're trying to put you.
Come on, dude.
We're trying to put you.
The fans were screaming for it.
And then you can't deliver your lines. Do we need to get you a teleprompter?
Yeah, we might.
Might need to get you a teleprompter.
We might.
Bennett, are you submitting that WWE would take Roman Reigns' title after more than 1,000 days, eventually bring him back, have him win a match at SummerSlam, and then 2 days later come out, get frog splashed a bunch of times, and disappear for 6 months? No.
Okay.
That is not the way you treat an OTC.
I think the OTC is about to take a little break. You know why? I see the tea leaves.
What do you see?
Because we just finished this Cody Cena deal, right? Cena and Cody, that's done. They're going to give someone a title shot at Cody that's just like hey, this guy's been doing it for so long, we need to give him a title shot. And it'll just be like a throwaway pay-per-view at like, later this year, right? The OTC returns, beats the crap out of Cody. We set up Roman Cody Part 3 WrestleMania. That's what's going to happen.
Bennett thinks he's Triple H now.
That's what's going to happen.
Bennett thinks he's...
Call me.
Bennett thinks he's head of content now.
Call me. I know that's what's going to happen. I know that's what's going to happen.
Oh, Bennett's got everything figured out now.
I know that's what's
going
to
happen.
happen.
Had no idea Seth Rollins was coming back on Sunday night, but now he's got everything figured out now.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Interesting.
We're getting Part 3 at Mania. I can feel it.
Okay. I don't know. Yeah, I watched last night. It just felt like the same formula. Here's two guys fighting, and here comes CM Punk to beat up one guy, and then here comes a bunch of other guys to beat up that guy, and then here comes Roman Reigns to beat up that guy, and then here comes a bunch of other guys to beat up that guy, and now we're off the air.
Yeah.
Seen it 1,000 times.
Man, that Braun Breaker spear looks like it hurts.
He can spear. That's a good spear.
It looks painful.
He's good at that.
Yeah.
He's good at that. I like the shoe.
I love the Shuafala. That's so good.
I like the Shuafala.
Yeah.
That's funny to me.
It's good.
I don't care.
Okay.
I don't.
I thoroughly enjoyed SummerSlam. I credit where it's due.
Give credit where it's due?
Yep.
What's the best thing we've read?
Over at CBSSports.com, Chip Patterson has unveiled the CBS Sports 136. So if you're looking for a ranking of every Division I college football program, the place to find it right now, CBSSports.com. No surprise, number one, it is your Texas Longhorns, followed by Penn State, Ohio State, Clemson, and Georgia, Alabama, if you care. Sitting at number 8. It's on the homepage now, CBSSports.com.
What's on tap for tomorrow?
Well, tomorrow will be Wednesday. That's the Pro-Am out at the FedEx St. Jude Championship. One day closer to Thursday's first round, so should be a fun day. Be a good day maybe to do a show and then bounce out of there.
Mm-hmm.
Head over to TPC Southland, see most of the best golfers in the world, with the exception of Roy McIlroy, who decided he needed a week off.
Damn.
Enjoy the rest of your day. I'll enjoy mine. We're going to meet back here tomorrow at 10. Till then, be careful, be kind, be good. Rep your hood.
What is the biggest Summer League accomplishment so far for this Grizzlies team?
Tuomas Isalo filling out his coaching staff. The Ryan Saunders hiring was essential. It was big time. You have a veteran NBA voice there.
Hey, Grizzlies fans, be sure to tune in to Grizzbeat, where the panel and I break down all things Grizzlies and take a look at the rest of the NBA as well. The show is live every Wednesday, 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Let's face it, there's a lot of trash talk in basketball, but the great teams let their performance do the talking. Like Ford F-150 with Pro Power on board, a class-exclusive industry-first feature that turns your truck into a mobile generator and leaves the competition speechless. Ford F-150, official truck of the Grizzlies. Greatness starts here at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Class is full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds, GVWR.
Did you know the Grizzlies were going to try to get up and get you?
No, I have no clue. I thought the Grizzlies loved me when I worked out because it was like super fun and everything was, just natural. We were just having a conversation. It wasn't like said, what's your favorite color and, like all that stuff.
What's your favorite color?
It wasn't interview.
First date type.
It wasn't interview questions. It was just like, hey man, how you doing? And it was just real easy to talk to him. It was real easy to talk to Coach Thomas.
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Speaking of Adidas, are these the Harden 10s?
Yes.
Yes.
I guess so. From what
you guys don't sound too excited. It kind of looks like when you flush the toilet in the water.
Yeah, it's like a whirlpool.
I want to be phone positive.
Yeah. Or artists just making some paint up and they just
Looks like phone puzzle material.
Yeah, or a
Yeah,
thumbprint.
like-
The Sneak Fest Show, live Tuesdays at 2 p.m. on Grind City Media on X, YouTube, and the official Grind City Media mobile app.